Thanks for staying with us. Our guest is a special guest from Ghana. She's the founder of Kollage Media, producers of Glitz Africa magazine, a premium and aspirational lifestyle publication which seeks to highlight the lifestyle of contemporary African women. She's also United Nations Ghana and Ghanaian Tourism Ambassador for Fashion Development with a passion and deep concern for welfare of women, children. Welcome with us, Claudia Kwarteng Lumor.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm fine, darling.
Have you here in
Good
Nigeria?
to have.
So how could you come around to Nigeria?
Okay, so Nigeria is like a second home to me. I have a lot of great friends that have been friends of mine for over 8 years.
Oh, nice.
So I do come to Nigeria quite a lot, but I think since COVID, I haven't been here. I am missing my Nigeria in me. But I have a platform called the She Boss. It's a business networking for women. And we do it in Ghana. We've done it for about 7 years in Ghana. I do it in London as well. And I'm looking to host one in Nigeria. So that's what really brought me. But then the excitement part of meeting all my friends that I haven't seen in years was like, yeah.
So you haven't done it? You haven't gone ahead to do it?
No. We are doing it. We're doing it third quarter. So yeah.
So tell us a bit about yourself, I mean, what you do, and...
Okay, so I'm also a mother. I've got 3 children. So I heard you talking about, I've got a 13-year-old son who's taller than me. And you know what, my son actually turned 9 today, my last son turned 9 today, so I had to do the birthday thing on the video call. But that's what mothers we do, right? Working moms, so I have a girl and two sons. And then I started Glitz Africa in Ghana. I was in the UK, and I moved back home to Ghana. I started the magazine 13 years ago. Wow. And I think my passion is really when we're telling great stories of, iconic women who are doing things and touching lives. And I love to tell great stories in a very tasteful way. So that's what I set out to do with the magazine. And we've actually featured a lot of women from Nigeria as well. So we did that, and then I launched the Ghana Women of the Year honors, which I thought, Africans, we're doing great, but I felt like we're not doing much celebrating our own. And as somebody that mentor a lot of young people, when I meet young people when I was in Ghana, and people were saying, I want to be like Oprah. And I felt, we have our own Oprahs in Africa. So why aren't we telling the stories of our own Oprahs? And I think that really motivated my storyline with the magazine. And then we have the She Boss, which is what I'm trying to host in Nigeria as well. And then I do the Ghana Female CEOs Summit, which bring top females, about 250 together, from politics, from business, from entrepreneurship. It's very high-level, powerful room as well. And then I have the Fashion Week. Wow. So Glitz Africa, I'm sure that's what Nigeria knows more because, because we bring a lot of Nigerian designers that come in from Maya Tasteful, all of them Tobo, they've all been to Ghana on this platform before. So it's the Glitz Africa Fashion Week that we host every year in October. And then the Glitz Style Awards. So that's what I do. And then my humanitarian side, I'm also a UN Goodwill Ambassador in Ghana, which I've done for about 6 years. And that is really close to my heart because that's really the core and the essence of what I love doing, really being there and supporting and being there for women and children. Because it's a United Nations Population Fund, which is for women and children. And I've been their Goodwill Ambassador in Ghana for that long. And I recently also stood for a parliamentary seat in Ghana. So, so it's a lot of things that happens with me, but that's a nutshell.
I'm thinking, what days of the week do you use? The same as us? You're doing many things. But hearing you talk, you've just all the questions I was going to ask, you've answered them ahead. But what would you say gives you so much, all the things you've done? What would you say has been like what you're most proud of since you started?
I think, when women say this, it will be a bit of a cliche, but even yesterday, I had a sister friend, Nigerian friend of mine, that we had breakfast, and I was telling her that, for everything I've done, seeing my 3 children grow up, it's something very special. And I was telling her that, it's not even, I feel like women, it's not even just carrying the pregnancy, just, even if it's a child that you've adopted, the fact that you are seeing, you're looking after something, they were like this. They were like this, just a few, you know, and now to see them growing, and you feel like God has given you that responsibility to look after something tiny like that. I think that's the most beautiful thing for me. That's my most pride as a woman. So yeah. And then, I mean, with all the things like, you know, when I moved to Ghana 12, 13 years ago, we didn't really have a fashion industry. We didn't have all of this bubbly, you know, Nigeria was way ahead of us with, you know, fashion, beauty and all of that. But Glitz was the platform that really championed that industry. And now to see that growth, I think it gives me so much joy in Ghana.
Yeah, so I'm appreciating everything that you do. When I read your profile, I'm like, okay, all right. These are the people. These are the ones who are making it. These are the ones who are not allowing society to put them in a box in a way that they want to fit you somewhere, so it's easy to identify. But you've broken, and some of us are breaking out of all of those cliches that I can be this, that, and be cool and be happy and be okay. And I'm happy with that because I feel like I'm talking to myself, right? Now, how do you plan your time for people out there who are, you know, interested in doing more than one thing? How do you organize yourself in such a way that you're not looking worn out, you're not looking burnt out, you're looking good, sexy, ready to go? How do you manage your time, basically?
Do you know what? I just think that women should be easy on ourselves. I don't put any pressure on me because the thing too is, and I tell people and mothers that come to me is, I am not here to take a trophy of Mother of the Year or Woman of the Year. I want to be in a space where I am good enough and I'm well enough to be there for the people that take from me. Because women, our husbands taking from us, our boyfriends are taking from, our children are taking from us, our younger sisters, you know, it's a lot on us. But you need to be in a space where if Claudia needs a spa, guess what? I'm cancelling that meeting and I'm going for that spa. So for me, my cup needs to be full enough to be able to give to my children, to be able to give to the people around me. So I think that what I say is, I prioritize a lot. You don't see me in Ghana, you don't see me anywhere. You know, if you ask me to come somewhere, it needs to really make sense to me. I prioritize everything, and also with my home. I'm not there all the time, but when I'm there, I'm present.
You're there.
You know, so I think that's the thing. Children don't need us to be with them all the time, but when we're there, we're present with them. So I think for me, it's prioritizing my time. And I'm very intense. I'm very intentional. You know, I joke a lot, but when it comes to work, I'm very intentional and I'm very focused. So for me, if it's 9 to 10, it's got to be that time. And it's this time, and then I make time for me, darling. Hair appointment, I won't miss it. I won't miss it. You know, when I got to Nigeria, right from the flight, the first place I went is to hair, to get hair, before I started my meetings. So that's the kind of girl I am. You know, I just really like, you know, life, we're only here once, right? So it's a good mixture of it. And then even when I take my kids for holiday, we come back and mommy goes alone for her holiday alone as well. Because I need me time. I need my time. And I go to the gym and all of that, you know, 9 p.m. and all of that.
Every minute. So we need to refill sometimes. I appreciate the fact that, you know, your kids are top priority. I consider my kids the greatest achievement I could have. But how do you manage the events? Because when you were listing all the things that you do, I counted about 7. I hope I didn't miss out anything. And I know that, you know, putting together a classic, you know, classy events, glamorous, the size of what I was reading from your profile, you know, it has to cost time, money, and a lot of things. How do you manage all, and how do you space them out?
I think it really takes a village to pull all of this together, and it's also trusting a team around you. So I delegate, and I delegate very well. And when I bring a team close to me, I always try to let them understand that you are here because I think you're great enough to be here. And I think as leaders, we need to be able to trust the people that we work with and hand them over a role that we watch over and make sure they deliver because sometimes I'll tell my team, you know, once you take on this, it's no more you. It's now Claudia and Glitz name on the brand. So if you take it, I'm like, is it Glitz Africa enough? If it's not, that means you're doing something wrong. So I've managed to, you know, I work with them mentally to get them to the space that that they do things as if Claudia would do them. So I think as leaders, that's the bit that we can do. So working with a great team, and then also I like to give people experience. So for me, we work so hard. If I have to sleep in the office to make sure it's done, I will sleep in the office. But the outputs and at the end of it, the experience we're giving to people, I want it to be great. So I think great team is really fantastic. And then just collaboration as well. Collaborating with the right people that understand your vision and also want to achieve something great. I think
Let's talk about politics for a moment, because you were going into parliament.
Yes.
How did that come about? Somebody like you. I'm thinking, what were you thinking? What was that?
Was it informed by your background in law?
You know what is funny? 5 years ago, if you had asked me this, I would have said, no, I wouldn't see myself there. But I think that also the magazine allowed me to work with a lot of very powerful women, both in leadership and all of that. And then becoming a UN ambassador really got me to the grassroots, working with people that, you know, we say in the beautiful homes and everything, but then sometimes when you move away, you see the actual on the ground that's happening. So I think that you be working with the UN really got me to the bottom of what things are really are, the grassroots, and I think I started developing that. And also I realized, you know, I found my purpose and my calling through all this work. And for me, I know that when I'm touching a lot of people, when I'm doing something that is touching a lot of people, I'm on a high. It's like I'm on something. You cannot stop me. So I think that made me know, and also for female leadership in Africa, I don't know for Nigeria, but for Ghana, we don't have, there's still a very low number of women in politics because, you know, we're all very worried. I mean, I don't want to go there for somebody to insult me and think that every woman in politics is sleeping up. You know, they have all of this tag around, and you will build your reputation so well, you don't want anybody to do that. But I feel like if God allows you to build enough maturity, mindset maturity, then some of us, if you can serve, you know, why not? And I love this country called Ghana so much, and I've dedicated so much of my life into this community. I've groomed a lot of people, and I felt like if I can do this, why not do that? I think when I started, when it came out that I'm standing, it was like something in Ghana, because all the young people was like, oh wow, Claudia, because how do you put beauty, fashion now in politics? And it's just really open people's mindsets with that type, that women in politics are not boxed in a certain way. You know, leadership is service, and you have the heart and the mind to serve people, and that's me. So yeah.
I mean, you know, someone looking at you, you're so well, you know, spoken, well put together.
Thank you.
And they think your life must be so easy. Were there any challenges as, you know, you evolved, and what were those, and what would be the advice to someone watching and thinking, she has her life easy, it's not like mine?
Never, darling, never. Life can never be easy. But I think for me, I fight on, and I do not, you know, every day is a challenge. Every day is a challenge. Even driving over traffic, everything is a challenge. But it's where you want to go that will keep you going. So for me, the result and what I'm trying to achieve really helps me to keep going. And I say all the time that I want my children, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, whenever God allows me to be on this planet, to go mommy and be so proud of what I achieved and what I did. So all of these things come together, I think make me just not see the mountain. And even the mountain is in front of me, how do I climb over it? You know, do I use a ladder? Do I call my sisters and say, push us together? You know, whatever, but we are not going to let that mountain stop us. And I think that's always been my mindset, so I would not let that challenge, because it comes. Sponsorship is not available, you know, but we have to make this event happen. How are we going to do it? We have less money. How are we going to do it? The speakers are not coming. It's just everything that comes with the brand in a business. But the end of the day is the results. And that really keeps me pushing and keeps me going. And if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. That's what I say.
So let's talk about the support system, because for every working mom, you need to have those, you know, a battalion of angels working behind. So how is home supporting your career? How is Oga?
Oh, yeah. You know what? My kid's dad is amazing. When I am traveling, like, he's the one, he'll do all the school pickups and everything. He's, you know, I'm stuck in a meeting. Can you please grab Ellie from his school? Take him he's amazing with that. But also, I have one of the amazing, like, is it nannies that you call it, babysitters? And I always say that women, it's okay. You know, when I meet women, international women and everything, I'm saying, it's okay for you to say that I have my auntie that helps me with my children. It doesn't make you less of a mother or anything like that. Even finding, and the great thing is my nanny now was my nanny when I was a child.
Oh.
So yeah, I think that's a blessing for me, but it's not everybody that find the right person to be there and look after the children. But for me, I have this amazing woman. My mother, if I need her to come in and help me, she will come in. But as she said, it really takes a village. But I think we should allow ourselves as women that finding that 1-2 people that we trust in our homes to be able to support us is good enough. Because, you know, if you are mindset, if you are not, even if you're weak, the children can feel it when we're under pressure.
Yeah.
Because we don't give them that enough love that, you know, you're not, you know, yeah, come for the hug. They're running to, hi, mommy, and you're like, well, now, like, I can't even give you the hug. But when mommy's in a good space, even the hug when you come home is even beautiful for them, and they love that. So I think that's what I do. I have really great
And this
people
big
at home.
boss thing you have, what's the vision? She boss.
She was, yeah.
What's the vision?
Yeah, I think for me, I believe so much in collaboration. I always say that I'm not a believer of when people say women are their own enemies. I think that competition is great, but safe and beautiful competition. I see Mariah, you know, you're a great host, you're all beautiful women, great host. I cannot be a host. Doesn't mean I want to be great. I want to be a host as well. But it's just beautiful for all of us to sit in a room. And I like-minded women in a room. For me, it's so powerful. If our mothers 20, 30 years ago were in rooms like that with other powerful women, guess where they would be by now? So that's my energy. That's what I keep saying, that let's have all these women. So she's, oh yeah, absolutely. So we're looking at September for Nigeria. I will absolutely love to have all of you ladies there once I have the date out. But the whole thing is to have, it's a business networking. So for me, it's all of us touching each other on the shoulder, saying, no, you're doing amazing. You know, you pour into my life, I pour into my life. But it's a business networking. We've seen a lot of collaboration formats of this when we've done it in the UK and we've done it in Ghana. And I'm hoping and that happens. And I you know, when you're a Ghanaian or outside looking into Nigeria, and that's a compliment I have to give to you. And I was telling one lady as well, she was in fashion yesterday. I said, when you look into Nigeria in your movie industry, I see the ladies, whether I'm sure they compete with you, and they must not all love each other, lovey-dovey, but you see that they still are there for each other. You see that if one person is doing something, you see they're all behind the person. If it's music, when a musician come out, it was actually a Nigerian program that I saw a Nigerian musician singing, and all the other Nigerian musician guys, all of them were up singing the song from top. And I said, I don't see that in Ghana. You know, so I think it's something beautiful Nigerians you have, and you should really hold on to that. And I'm hoping that.
Because to us, we are divided. Well, outside people think, outside people always think that Nigerians are when they'll stand, they'll fight together.
Yes.
You know, we are very good at fighting together.
But you show up for each other. Do you understand? You show up for each other, and I think that's the most beautiful thing. I think that's the most beautiful.
So let me ask you, because I've tried to work with a couple of women, and as much as everybody is on, not everybody, some people are on the path of personal development, so that they work on themselves in such a way that they are better people to others. What are some of the challenges you found, in working with women, and how did you also develop yourself in such a way that you're able to hold space for them, especially for those who are not at par with you, maybe emotionally and otherwise?
I think working, running women platform for the last 12 years, I've encountered that a lot. Even to the extent that I would just mentor young women that comes into my office, and all they want to do is just see how they can go and do the same thing you're doing. And I've always said that but it's all mindset and building people confident and letting them understand that they're great enough to do this. Because for me, even when I've had women that in that instance where people have just copied something I'm doing, I always call them back and said, you know what? If you came to me and said, Claudia, I wanted to do this, Claudia is done. You don't want to be a copy of Claudia. You want to be an amazing copy of yourself. So I think it's just that mindset of working with people and letting them know that you are not, what's the right word? because sometimes it's fear that make us stop certain women. You know, we're scared that they'll become greater than us, or they will know what we're doing and do it better than us. It's that fear. But that fear is what, you know, I don't have that fear. You know, I look at people because it's also, I'm very confident with myself. The thing within me is, I do not think that what I can do, you can do better than me. You know, what I will do, you can never do better than me. And what you do, I can never do better than you. So I do not, for that reason, I'm not scared of getting people close to me and sharing with people and pouring with people. Because I also believe in the universe that the more I am pouring to you, all the doors that I access that I'm getting, why do you think I'm getting that? It's because I'm opening these doors for other people. So
have you ever encountered women bickering, women having issues with you personally? I'm not talking about people you mentor. I'm talking about people on your level who see you as competition. And what are some of those things you've picked from such?
You know what? I don't even know if they see me as competition. Because what I will say is, maybe I honestly, you know, it's weird because I'm sure they see me as competition, but I haven't encountered it face to face, you know, and I've not felt it that way. Because, you know, when you come to Ghana, everybody will tell you that, oh, Claudia, always like, if you say, oh, I need this person to do this, I'll just give you the number. I'll just call the person. So my lifestyle is not, people don't feel competition around me, you know, but I'm sure people are feel, you know, what's the right word? Like, they feel like they're competing with me. But I don't notice them. Is it the right way to put it? I do not notice that because where I'm going, I don't think my journey is your journey. You see? So if you're competing, then it's in your head. But to me, you're not competition to me. You know, it's because my journey is different, and whether I see you on the path or I don't see you, I will get to that journey. You know?
What like that? Glitz magazine. What's the picture of Glitz magazine?
So we're working to launch a digital platform because I think since COVID, it showed everybody that you can't just have a hard copy magazine. But some of us still love, you know, hard copy magazine. So we're working on the digital platform, and then we're hoping, I mean, hopefully we might turn into a television, but that's the long-term plan.
But you know, obviously you're a style fashion person, and I would like to know what you think about fashion Nigeria versus fashion Ghana.
Hey! Now, you know what? For me to come over and buy a lot of clothes from Nigeria, I should tell you that I think fashion in Nigeria is ahead when it comes to Africa. I mean, in terms of, but also I think the competition here was so big that it forced them to do great. Because if you're not great, you won't stand out. So if you're dealing with the Lanrage, you know, oh God, they all Mufa, all of them are really, and they're all very special in different ways what they do. Ghana is catching up. Ghana was a very young market with fashion. Even when I was starting, Nigeria was already great because I brought all the Nigerian designers to Ghana to inspire the industry there. So I think, Nigeria, they're doing something really great. I know a lot of people in Ghana that comes in here to study with to study with other designers here and go back to Ghana. So I give that credit to Nigeria.
Claudia, our jollof rice.
I was going to ask her last.
You have too many to count. Let me just take the latest 2023 Distinguished Fellowship Award, Ladies in Leadership. And you have several women in entrepreneurship an honorary award in 2023 as well. Plenty awards. How do you feel when you get these recognitions? Because sometimes some people are working and nobody has the time to put. They don't get the the recognition that they would so desire. How do you feel?
I think it's very humbling. It's very humbling because if Ghana says, oh, top 100 women in Ghana, you're part of it. Top 50 entrepreneurs, you're part of it. Top people, it's just very humbling. But it also makes you want to even do better because that means that people are watching what you're doing. And I think it's just all very humbling for me. And I'm not an awards person. Sometimes some of them I don't even attend them. But it's just really nice that people are recognizing the work that you're doing because my platform honor people. So I've had other people say, oh, but Claudia, you're always honoring Women of the Year. Who honors Claudia? And I said, I don't care about that. But then somehow people find also a way to tell your story, and it's like what you ladies have invited me here doing as well, sharing my journey, sharing my stories, and inspiration for other people, and I think it's very humbling.
We're going to be wrapping up very soon, but I know that you're leaving tomorrow. You're out of the outdoor, but you'll be back later in the year. So hopefully when you come back, we'll have
it will be great.
But,
it will be great.
Just final words before we let you go.
I will just say thank you to everybody, and to all the women that are watching it. I will say that we've had a great conversation. I'm hoping that you pick something on it, but all I will say is just be nice to you. Just be easy on you. Life itself there's so much pressure, but we need to be here for the people that depend on us. So we just need to just take life very easy. Just be intentional with life as well. For young people, I'll say that. Social media is beautiful, but it's too much distraction on there. So for young people that are watching as well, I think that you should be very intentional with your life. You should be careful what you see and who you want to be mentored and who you see as inspiration. It's not everything that you see. Yes, exactly. But thank you all.
Are you letting her go? She didn't say Ghana or Nigerian jollof.
I ate jollof. I ate Ghana and Nigerian jollof yesterday.
Yes.
I love Nigerian jollof, but you need to understand that the Ghana jollof, there's something really special about it. We add different things that makes it really, really
Where did you eat a Nigerian jollof, first of all?
Because there are
degrees of this Nigerian
jollof. But we'll let her go on this because she gave us the fashion. So we'll give you the jollof for today.
Give me the jollof, Joe. And I'm the best jollof cooker. When you come to Ghana, When you come to Ghana, I'll cook jollof party for all of you.
That's all we can take. Thank you so much, Claudia.
Thank you, darling.
That's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.